Good morning, and thank you for being here today. It is, I love Walk of Fame Day. We always have such good candidates, and people have made such an impact on our community. I was looking back, we have had 53 honorees that we've recognized since 1997. So today will be 54 and number 55. This is an award, a recognition that the city of Enid gives to those people that have made such an impact on our community. I get to sit on that committee along with my colleague, Commissioner Stallings, Commissioner Roberts. And you think this is a cliche, but we get a stack of nominees. It is so hard to cut that down to 2 people. And I was telling some folks in the back a while ago, you don't realize how fortunate Enid is and how deep our pool is of talented people that put themselves above everything else, or I'm sorry, put service above themselves. Makes more sense that way, doesn't it? Yeah. But it is just truly an honor today. We've got 2 great recipients. So what I would like to do is I'm gonna read the bio, and then I'll call that person up here, or in Jerry's case, a family member and friends, and then I'm gonna read the proclamation. Now the proclamations are taken from the bio, so they sound almost the same, but I think it's important that the families have a proclamation from the city of Enid. And then I've got an award. I want to give them a medallion. And then when we're done, or I'll give each one of the families a chance to speak also, but when we're done, I'd like to go downstairs and then we'll unveil the plaques that are already up on the wall. So if that's all right with everybody, I'll get started. I'm gonna start with Jerry. Jerry Allen, a 5th-generation Garfield County resident, had a very interesting career in life, which I think is an understatement. Jerry owned several restaurants and nightclubs from 1978 to 1992. He then joined the family business, Henniger Allen Funeral Home, until his father's passing. In 2009, he earned a securities license and started Allen Financial Services, where he focused on Medicare health insurance. Jerry was on the board of directors for the Oklahoma Restaurant Association for 3 years and was active on the Tri-State Board for 18 years, as well as the Enid Park Board for over 23 years. His service to the city of Enid began in 1994 when he was appointed to the Enid City Commission for an unexpired term, then won the seat for a 4-year term ending in 1999. Jerry won the Ward 1 Commission seat in 2019. He just couldn't get enough of it, I guess, you know. While on the commission, he served on several city boards over the years, including the ERDA, CDBG, Pegasus Board, the Parks Board, and several of the tax oversight boards, and Keep Enid Beautiful, among many others. Jerry's passion really came into play with our parks. He was instrumental in creating Enid's first skate park and later helped push for an improved version of that you see now. And I'll stop right there and tell just a quick story. I happened to be Ward 6 commissioner when that come up, and Jerry was on, and I was Ward 6. I sat on one end, and Jerry was Ward 1. He was on the other end. So the way the thing is set, the rostrum or the dais up there, Jerry and I could just look straight at each other, and he'd always give me that big, I'll call it a goofy grin, but I tell you, I just look across and he was always grinning just from ear to ear. And, but this was a passion of his and I didn't know about it. And so we were going to have that on the agenda that particular night, and we were going to appropriate $300,000 to start that project, which is a lot of money for a community. So I called Jerry and I said, Jerry, man, I am struggling with this. I just don't want to put money in something if people aren't going to use it. And I'll never forget, Jerry said, David, Not everybody plays football and baseball. He goes, go with me on this. You won't be disappointed. And I'll never forget that. Now, that's hard to say no to, right? I voted for that tonight along with everybody else, and it has turned out to be a huge success. Jerry was able to see that even when others could not. In fact, the skate park was later named the Jerry Allen Memorial Skate Park. We call it JAM. Jerry Allen Memorial, right? JAM. That's when you hear people talk about JAM. Jerry passed away peacefully on October 1st, 2023. And I'm going to stop right here again. It was very important to me. I got a call from Fawn and said, hey, Jerry would like to talk to you. And she goes, you need to come over today or tomorrow, which I knew exactly what that meant. Whenever I got over there, his bed was set up there in the living room of their house, and Jerry was so happy to see me and grabbed me by the hand, pulled me down to him, and two things Jerry said. He said, David, I sure enjoyed working with you. And the other thing was, don't slow down. Don't slow down. And I've always remembered that. That was Jerry to a T. When we finish this project, we'll start another one, and another one, and another one. We will never stop doing that in Enid because of people like Jerry Allen. So, with that being said, I was able to talk to him. He passed away the next day. But his action and dedication to the public will be remembered for absolutely generations to come. So with that being said, I'd like the family and the friends come on up. Bob, thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to read the proclamation real quick, and makes it official whenever I do this. Okay. It says, whereas Jerry Allen, a fifth-generation Garfield County resident, had an interesting career. He owned several Enid restaurants, nightclubs from '78 to 1992. He then joined the family business, Henniger Allen Funeral Home, until his father's passing. In 2009, he earned a securities license and started Allen Financial Services, where he focused on Medicare health insurance. Allen was also partnered with small municipalities to aid them with code enforcement. And whereas Jerry was on the board of directors of the Oklahoma Restaurant Association for 3 years and was active on the Tri-State Board for 18 years, as well as the Enid Park Board for over 23 years. And whereas his service to the city began in 1994 when he was appointed to the Enid City Commission for an unexpired term, then won the seat for a 4-year term ending in 1999. And whereas Jerry won the Ward 1 Commission seat in 2019, while on the commission, he served on several city boards over the years, including the ERDA, CDBG, Pegasus Board, Parks Board, several tax oversight boards, and Keep Enid Beautiful, among many others. And whereas his passion really came into play with our parks. He was instrumental in creating Enid's first skate park and later helped push for an improved version. In fact, the skate park was renamed as the Jerry Allen Memorial Skate Park, and therefore, I, David M. Mason, Mayor of the City of Enid, do hereby award posthumously to the family of Jerry Allen inclusion on the Enid Walk of Fame for 2025. Also have a Walk of Fame medallion that you can have. Okay, and I'll turn the microphone.
Well, I know first of all, Jerry would want me to thank the city of Enid and all those that recognized his work, and I know he would be very so prideful and appreciating this award. He certainly is in a group of very prominent people. We know all these folks as our family grew up here, and it's quite the recognition, and I know how proud he would be to be standing here if he could be. As the mayor said, he took great passion in the Parks Board, and one of the most important things was the legacy of the Tri-State. He was a big contributor in Tri-State when we were growing up, and thought so much of that and wanted to continue that legacy. So that, along with, he was very prideful, and we always talked about his work on the council. He enjoyed that. He liked sparring with the mayor and the other councilmen, and he really appreciated the folks in his Ward 1, and was always taking phone calls and trying to do the best that he could. And Jerry had a very perspicacious way about him, so it was exciting, the conversations that we had. He got very passionate about it. So I know that he's standing here with us and very prideful. So thank you.
Fauna, I'll let you speak if you want to.
I just want to add this. I think all of you know this, but Jerry Allen loved Enid America with all his heart.
Okay. Our next recipient today is Janet Cordell. You know, one of the other advantages of being the mayor is you get to read bios of people. I had no idea how many things you'd been involved in. I see you at all kinds of functions. I know you're so involved. But I started reading this, and I thought, wow, how did she have time to do anything else in life, right? But it is very impressive, very impressive. So indulge me, allow me to read this. It says, Janet Cordell's passion for service knows no boundaries. As a dedicated missionary, her work has touched lives in Enid, Oklahoma, to Jamaica, Honduras, Mexico, and far beyond. Among her many journeys, her most cherished mission was to Africa. A registered nurse for over 40 years, Janet has committed her career to improving health care and advocating for those in need. Her expertise and leadership have been recognized through her service on numerous committees and task force, including the Governor's Steering Committee for Oklahoma's Healthy Futures Program, the Oklahoma Nurses Association, the American Red Cross, the Enid MS Walk, Success by Six, the Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy, and the CDSA Community Action Agency. Janet is an active member of the Christian Church of the Covenant, where she has served in many roles. Her dedication to education is very evident in her work as an adjunct instructor with Otritech. Additionally, she has played a vital role in leadership and community development, serving as co-coordinator of the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State Committee and as chairperson of the Norse Foundation. Throughout her lifetime of service, Janet has been recognized with numerous awards. In 2025, she was honored as a Pillar of the Plains and the Oklahoma Nurses Association Award for excellence in nursing. In 2009, she was named Enid YWCA Woman of the Year. Janet's deep commitment to the American Red Cross stands as one of her greatest passions. Currently serving as the Disaster Health Service Lead for Oklahoma and Kansas, she dedicates much of her time to those in crisis. Even in retirement, Janet continues to make a profound impact. She has been involved with the Enid Community Clinic, which she has coordinated since stepping away from full-time nursing. During the pandemic, Janet took on a pivotal role in the Garfield County COVID-19 vaccination distribution process. So let's give Janet a round of applause and come on up here. Congratulations. Janet, I'd like to read the proclamation into the record, and then I'm going to turn the mic over to you, okay? It says, whereas Janet's passion for service knows no borders. As a dedicated missionary, her work has reached the lives in Enid, Oklahoma, to Jamaica, Honduras, Mexico, and beyond. And whereas a regional nurse for over 40 years, Janet has committed her career to improving health care and advocacy for those in need. Her experience and leadership has been recognized through her service in numerous committees and task force, including the Governor's Steering Committee for Oklahoma's Healthy Futures Program, the Oklahoma Nurses Association, the American Red Cross, the Enid MS Walk, Success by Six, the Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy, and the CDSA Community Action Agency. And whereas Janet is an active member of the Christian Church of the Covenant, where she has served in multiple roles. Her dedication to education is evident in her work as an adjunct instructor with Autrytech. Additionally, she has played a vital role in leadership and community development, serving as co-coordinator for the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State Committee and the chairperson of the Norse Foundation. And whereas throughout her lifetime of service, Janet has been recognized with numerous awards. In 2025, she was honored as a Pillar of the Plains and the Oklahoma Nurses Association Award for Excellence in Nursing. In 2009, she was named Enid YWCA Woman of the Year for her outstanding contributions to the community. And whereas Janet's deep commitment to the American Red Cross stands as one of her greatest passions. Currently serving as the Disaster Health Service Lead for Oklahoma and Kansas, she dedicates much of her time to aiding those in crisis. Her connection to the Red Cross runs deep. Her mother was a Red Cross nurse during World War II, and her father was a survivor of the Bataan Death March. In 2018, she was honored with a Red Cross pin for 50 years of volunteer service, a testament to her lifelong dedication. And whereas, even in retirement, Janet continues to make a profound impact, she has been actively involved with the Enid Community Clinic, which she has coordinated since stepping away from full-time nursing. The clinic remains a vital resource for the community, with Janet's ensuring that patients still receive medication guidance and necessary medical follow-ups. And whereas during the pandemic, Janet took on a pivotal role in the Garfield County COVID-19 vaccination distribution process, helping to combat one of the greatest global health challenges of her career. Now, therefore, I, David M. Mason, Mayor of the City of Enid, do hereby proclaim and award Janet Cordell inclusion in the Enid Walk of Fame for 2025. Congratulations. I also want to give you this commemorative coin. Okay, and I'll turn the mic over to you.
David doesn't realize how dangerous that is to turn the mic over to me. But I know this is a short ceremony, so I'm not going to talk a lot. One of the things, when I retired 20 years ago. Now, most of my friends say that I failed retirement. I tell them I retired from my real jobs, the ones that paid me, so that I could work harder at the ones that don't pay me. My mantra probably is, as I was telling Susie earlier, comes as a paraphrase from something that Mother Teresa said years ago, and that is, the God of my understanding does not call upon me to change the world, but I am called upon to change that area of the world where I live and work every day. And I feel like that's what I've done. I was not born and raised in Enid. I was born and raised in Northwest Oklahoma, but I have been in Enid way over half my life, so I claim Enid to be my home, and I'm proud and happy to be here. I'm so happy. I'm never speechless, but I was kind of speechless, so I didn't prepare anything. But I look out and I see so many of you. I see a lot of my church friends, my Red Cross friends. Harry and I I'm gonna put my Red Cross shirt on after this, and I'm Red Crossing it the rest of the day. And my daughter and her family, my cousin, so many people, Senator Peterson, and who we go way back because he and my sister went to college together. So, but again, thank you for coming, and thank you for this most prestigious award that I share with so many other people, some of whom are in this room right now. So, thank you. Thank you.
Well, would you say that we picked two good candidates? I think we did. I think we did. I was very proud of it each year. But before we go downstairs, I want to remind you that as soon as we finish up with this event, we'll be having the Cherokee Strip Parade, which is a sight to see. I think we have the Longhorns coming this year, is what I read in the paper. So that's a sight to see if you've never seen it before. So if you can, go out there and enjoy that parade. I was talking to Tim before this event started. He was talking all the events he's got today to be at and different things, and I said, well, I do too. And we were talking about that until later on this evening, and we looked at each other and said, there's just absolutely nothing to do in Enid, is there? You know, every time I hear that, I just want to tee it up and say, man, there's a lot to do in Enid if you'll just take advantage. So with that being said, I am so proud of both of our awardees today, and let's make our way downstairs and we'll unveil the plaques. Okay, well, this is where you can obviously tell we have had a lot of great recipients over the years, so it gives me great pleasure to unveil our latest Walk of Fame 2025 for Janet Cordell, and I am going to pull it right here.
Here we go.
There.
All right.
Take a picture together?
Sure. There we go. Yep. Very good. Thank you very much.
Stanley, y'all get up there in the pictures.
Will you send it to me?
Yes, I will. Or I can tug it with yours if you want.
That's fine.
Okay,
You want your purse?
Get everybody in?
Yes.
How's Marilyn?
Good. Yes.
She worked for me.
That's right, yes.
We have good genes. Good for her.
But she enjoyed working. Okay. Bob and Fawn, where are you going?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
That's all right, it's not bad.
As, of course, our other recipient today, my very, very good friend, Mr. Jerry Allen. It gives me great pleasure to unveil this plaque for him. So, give him a big round of applause.